Communities at the regional and local levels struggle to adopt and implement promising strategies, even when the evidence is clear and external actors are providing incentives to do it. And so 8 years ago, I left federal government service in the United States to address this challenge and help communities prevent and end youth and young adult homelessness, which is my field of expertise. And so what did I find? Number one, there are amazing people working in my field. They work for the government and nonprofits. They work for consulting firms. They're smart, passionate, and values-driven, and I am privileged to work among them. This is not a people problem. Number two, I found external actors are very judgmental. We know the answers, have been successful, have academic authority, and have power, and it is so obvious to a community that we are judging them. Even when we obscure our arrogance with nice or values-based language, it blinds us to important context and makes it hard to build trust. Number three, external actors act as if they are community members. We engage in ways that suggest we have the same right to power and would be impacted in the same way as community members. This is off-putting to locals thinking, kind of, who the hell are you? It blinds us to who really feels the pain of our work, and it takes space and ownership from actual community members. Number four, the powered still making decisions. So we are often brought in by a powerful entity. We work for that entity. We're empowered to act on their behalf and make decisions with them in mind. We may engage in community outreach, but that power structure often leads to decisions that at least appear to be made by those powered interests. The fifth thing I found is that we fail in our storytelling. We assume that local folks in the room have it memorized or focus exclusively on our projects every day. And we forget that our story exists in the context of the community's story. We make it really hard for partners to follow along and feel a sense of consent and ownership. We lose valuable information, and we piss off people who have experience from long before we ever showed up. Six, I found that we forget to let the community practice. Too many great facilitators show up as if they are merely implementing a technical process without giving the community any time to safely practice often wildly new behaviors in the context of their existing community relationships. And so where does this all lead? We fail to build local trust. We miss salient knowledge. We don't build shared ownership or long-term commitment. And we fail to transfer the deeper concepts that are actually the secret to our success. So how did I respond? Number one, I hire the right people, humble senior folks who really understand their roles as external actors, and young people with lived experience, preferably local or near the community in which we are working. Number two, we internalize the idea that we are humble outsiders. We show up honest about what we have to offer and what we must learn, who has power and who will experience impact. We remind folks that it is our job to leave the community equipped to do this work without us. Number three, we relentlessly build trust. We don't assume that we have trust. Regardless of who brought us in, we share our values and preemptively act on them. We are intentionally vulnerable and responsive when called out. We lead with questions and express genuine interest in our partners, their ideas, and their stories, and ensure that their ideas actually show up in our work. Number four, we build everything with and in front of the community. We are radically transparent. We use consensus decision-making as much as possible and prioritize this process over efficiency. And shared ownership requires local partners to share responsibility for the solutions that we all come up with, even if they don't like everything. Number five, we use the power of stories. We weave the story of our work into every meeting and action and into the larger context of the community story. This helps partners stay engaged, level sets for different levels of expertise. It holds them accountable and helps them tell the story to the people who aren't in the room. Number six, every process is a practice of what we're trying to build. We build in the biggest behavior changes we are asking the community to make into the fabric of the project. The powered folks who hire us must commit to shared ownership. We bring together the powered with the traditionally powerless to practice co-decision-making throughout our work, and we center attention on the local leads from the start so they can actually practice community leadership with our support from behind the scenes. Community change is really hard, But by doubling down on these principles, we external actors have contributed to the development of entirely new ways of behaving for our communities and meaningfully contributed to the fight to end youth homelessness in the United States. Thank you, everybody.